Dr. Ray Guarendi.
85 degrees out there. Beautiful summer night. You people are here. Tells me one of two things about you. You are either caring, concerned, conscientious, involved, loving parents who would do anything for the sake and the welfare of your children. Or they're eating you up alive. Either way, God bless you. Thanks for coming. Why do you think people most want to speak to me? All settings. Family, friends, therapy, church, school. Does not matter. 90% of the time, people seek me out. This is the reason. Discipline. Fine. You're the expert. You tell me how to get him to stay in bed. I can't get him to stay in bed. He chews his way down through the bedroom floor, drops into the family room. I'm back. You'll never be free. You'll never have another child because I'll be in your bed till I'm 16. That's why. And the school people don't help. You know what they did last year? They closed during June, July, and August. I actually had to live with my own child during the day. How much am I supposed to be able to take? Dear people, you look around you, your friends, your family, your relatives, you watch modern American parenting. Do you think it's normal across a whole culture for so many grown-ups to be so frustrated, so guilt-ridden, so unsure of themselves, so tentative, so insecure, so lost over kids? All right, you guys are in a restaurant. This is the first time you've been alone without the children in 4 years. You finally found an adolescent willing to babysit for $40 an hour plus benefits. All you want's a little peace, that's all, just a little peace. You look over at the door. You see me walk in with my 10 children, ages 15 to 2. Now, in this group, it might be a little different. You have a lot of kids. But for most American folks, would they think, oh, is that precious or what? Waitress, go get that family and sit them at this booth right next to us for the whole 4 hours we're here. I just want to watch them interplay. Or would they think, oh, dear Lord, how'd they get past security? See, I submit to you, most people think the latter. Doesn't matter there's 10, there could be 2. Why? Because their belly's telling them something. Is that big person going to be able or willing to control those little people enough not to ruin my meal and everybody within 50 feet of the restaurant? And dear folks, I'm telling you, that is not a normal feeling. In my opinion, what you are witnessing in American culture is virtually unprecedented in the history of the world. Talk to a grandparent. 1 generation ago, you could hear easily this: I raised 5 kids. I raised 8 kids. I raised 12 children. I don't remember having a fraction of the frustration with all 12 of mine that my daughter's having with her 7-year-old and her 4-year-old. What has happened? If what I say is true, what is going on? Well, folks, we don't have enough time tonight to talk about all the factors I believe undercutting good folks just like yourselves. And there are many. But I'm going to share with you a big one. I think in the last 20, 30, 40 years, it has radically altered the face of parenthood. It has undercut your authority, your confidence, your peace of mind. It has totally shifted the child-rearing landscape. Me. The experts. There's millions of me. I've taken over parenting. I'm crawling all over the women's magazines, all over television, putting out thousands of books per year. Net impact, what do you know? You're just a mom. Well, you can stumble your way along. Hopefully you won't foul it up too bad. But you want to do this the right way, the enlightened way, the psychologically correct way? Yep. Got to be state certified, congressionally mandated child development rearing psychomental international on Oprah specialist. Why do you discipline your children? You ever ponder that? Why discipline them? It is truly easier to let them go. By the way, just to make sure you get your money's worth, I'm going to give you a technique right now. You implement this when you go home, and I guarantee you, you will discipline a fraction of what you have had to discipline up to this point in your parenthood. This is all you have to do. Lower your standards. Don't have to discipline as much. You discipline because you cannot establish morals and character without it. You discipline because you love. Oh, Ma, you know, a lot of people accuse you of being too strict, you know. Maybe your standards are too high. You're expecting too much. But you tell them, it all depends on who I compare myself to. You see, dear people, you compare yourself to those folks out there, no offense, but you're kind of a wussy. That kid mouths off to you, what do? You stick them in the chair. Oh, you're brutal. Child's 30 and he mouths off. He gets beat up, fired, has to sleep on the couch. The stakes go up as you get older. That's why we discipline them now. I tell folks, you don't want the world to discipline your children. The world doesn't love your children. The world will hurt your children. The world doesn't give mitigating circumstances. Some employer is not going to go, you are just so cranky. Now, did you get a nap today? You go home and I'll cover for you till you're rested. Some judge. Let me see if I got this right. You're the middle child. You have identity problems and you're left-handed? Did you tell that to the prosecutor? We don't try middle children in this court. Dear folks, if we don't discipline for whatever the reason, because we feel guilty, because it's too hard, because we're tired, because we're afraid of being psychologically incorrect, because everybody around us is criticizing us for our standards, if you don't do it for whatever the reason, it will be done. Your child will be disciplined by a judge, a landlord, an army sergeant, a police officer, an employer. I shudder at this next one. A wife. Somebody's going to teach them.